This video is going to be a quick review on how to write integer equations. So, thinking back to what we did last week in class, we need to determine, based off of a real-world situation, how we would write that number as an integer. So remember, integers are positive or negative whole numbers, okay? So that is what we are trying to write. So when we read these, we need to underline what is the important information in order to determine if it's going to be a positive or negative integer. So in this first example, it's you spend $10 at McDonald's. So our integer is for sure going to be 10, and we need to determine, is it a positive 10 or a negative 10? Well, if I'm spending $10, I am taking away the money amount I have, so it would be a negative 10. So then let's look at temperature. So in this example here, the temperature went up 15 degrees Fahrenheit. So again, the number 15 is going to be the integer, and we need to determine, is it positive or negative? Well, if the temperature is rising, it's going up, it's going to be a positive 15. And then finally, your elevation is decreasing by 100 feet. Okay, so decreased by 100 feet. Well, if my elevation is decreasing, it's going down, so it would be a negative 100. So using that, we are going to determine then how we can write integer equations. So Jessica makes $15 an hour babysitting. How much would she make if she babysat for 8 hours? Well, looking at this, my first integer we have to look at is this positive 15, right? If you are making $15 an hour, it's a positive 15. And I want to know how much this Jessica earns if she works for 8 hours. Well, there are a couple ways to go about this. Well, hour 1 would be $15. Hour 2 would be a 15 and a $15, right? We keep adding 15. Or if we keep adding the same integer, I could rewrite this as positive 15 times 8. So this is why we reviewed, and then so that would go on and so forth, how to use our calculators. So I'm going to type that into my calculator, 15 times 8, and that gives me 120. So Jessica earned $120. And that's the final answer. All right, let's do another example. So you're in an elevator and you start on the 15th floor. So you're starting at positive 15. Then you move down 7 floors. Well, that's negative 7. And then you finally move up 3 more floors. So that's a plus 3. So here is my integer equation, right? 15 minus 7 plus 3. We're going to type that into our calculator. So I get 11. So you end up at the 11th floor. All right, last example. The bill at our restaurant was $45. You and 2 friends are all going to pay a share of the bill equally. How much does each person pay? Well, if I think about this, I have 45, and I'm going to split it among me and 2 friends. So that's 3 people. Well, if I'm splitting something, I am dividing it up amongst 3 people. We're going to divide by 3. And when we do 45 divided by 3, we get 15. So each person pays $15. There we go.